Welcome to Vetted, where we analyze the world's most puzzling encounters with open minds and a critical eye. Tonight, we journey to southern Africa for one of the most extraordinary mass sightings in UFO history, an event witnessed not by one or two, but by dozens of children in broad daylight. This is the story of the Ariel School encounter. It's Friday, September 16th, 1994, in the rural town of Ruwa, Zimbabwe, about 20 kilometers outside the capital city of Harare. The Ariel School is a private primary school attended by children from a variety of backgrounds, local Zimbabweans, and the children of European expatriates. The school is surrounded by open fields, clusters of gum trees, and untamed bushland stretching off into the horizon. It's just after 10 a.m. and the students are released for their mid-morning break. More than 60 children, aged 6 to 12, spill onto the playground, their laughter and shouts echoing across the campus. For the next 15 minutes, they're free to run, play, and explore. While inside, the teachers gather for a staff meeting, leaving the students under the supervision of a single parent volunteer. At the far edge of the school grounds, a wire fence separates the playground from a wild, overgrown area, an expanse of tall grass, shrubs, and a few scattered trees. The children are warned not to go beyond the fence, as snakes and other dangers lurk in the underbrush. It's a place of both fascination and fear, a boundary between the safety of the school and the unknown beyond. Suddenly, a group of children notice something strange above the trees. A silvery disc, glinting in the sunlight, is zigzagging through the sky. Some children think it's a new type of toy, or perhaps a strange bird, but the object's movements are too fast, too controlled. As the object descends, more children gather, drawn by the commotion. The disc comes to a stop, hovering just above the ground at the edge of the brush, maybe 100 meters from the playground. It's about the size of a small car, metallic and reflective, with a dome on top. The children are transfixed. Some feel an urge to get closer, while others hang back, a sense of unease prickling at their skin. Then, in a moment that will haunt many of them for life, a figure emerges from the craft. The being is unlike anything the children have ever seen. It stands about 3 or 4 feet tall, with spindly limbs and a head that seems too large for its body. Its eyes are enormous, almond-shaped, and completely black, reflecting the sunlight in a way that makes them appear bottomless. A second being joins the first, and together they move across the grass, not walking, but gliding, their feet barely touching the earth. The children are frozen, some in fear, some in awe, some unable to decide what they feel. Later, the children will describe the beings in strikingly similar terms, despite being interviewed separately. Some say the beings had long, flowing black hair, while others remember them as completely bald. All agree on the eyes, huge, unblinking, and mesmerizing. Several children recall that the beings seem to communicate without words. One girl, 11-year-old Emily Trim, later says that when she looked into the being's eyes, she felt as if images and feelings were being placed directly into her mind. Some children describe receiving a warning about the environment, visions of a world ravaged by pollution and technology. As quickly as they appeared, the beings turn and glide back to the craft. The disc rises, hovering for a moment before shooting off into the sky at impossible speed. The children are left stunned, some crying, some shouting, all desperate to tell someone what they've witnessed. When the break ends, the children rush back inside, clamoring for the attention of their teachers. The staff are initially skeptical, assuming the children have been playing a game or telling stories. But as more and more students come forward, their stories matching in uncanny detail, the teachers realize something extraordinary has occurred. To make sense of the chaos, the teachers ask the children to draw what they saw. One by one, the students sit quietly with pencils and paper, sketching the craft, the beings, the scene at the edge of the playground. The drawings, collected and compared, are nearly identical. Disc-shaped objects, small figures with large heads and eyes, the wild brush in the background. The consistency is remarkable. Some drawings show the beings standing beside the craft. Others depict them floating above the ground. Many include details like the beings' shiny black suits, the strange light around the craft, or the feeling of fear and fascination that gripped the children. Word of the incident spreads quickly through the community. Local journalists arrive to interview the children, capturing their accounts on camera. The children, still shaken, recount their stories with a mix of excitement and anxiety. Their voices tremble as they describe the being's eyes, the sense of silent communication, the overwhelming strangeness of it all. Cynthia Hind, renowned for her work investigating UFO sightings across Africa, arrives at Ariel School within days of the encounter. She interviews the children in small groups and individually, recording their testimonies and collecting their drawings. Hind is struck by the consistency and sincerity of the children's accounts. Hind's interviews reveal a striking pattern. The children's stories remain consistent even when told days or weeks later, and even when they are separated from one another. The details match: the craft's shape, the being's appearance, the sense of telepathic communication. The case attracts international attention. Dr. John Mack, a Pulitzer Prize-winning psychiatrist from Harvard, travels to Zimbabwe to investigate. Mack is known for his research into alien abduction experiences, and he approaches the case with a blend of skepticism and open-mindedness. Mack interviews dozens of the children, both individually and in small groups. He is deeply impressed by their sincerity, emotional intensity, and the consistency of their stories. Many of the children are visibly shaken, some even tearful, as they recount the encounter. Some children tell Mack that the beings warned them about the future of the planet, showing them images of environmental destruction, pollution, and technology run amok. Others simply recall the feeling of being watched, or the deep, unsettling gaze of the being's eyes. The incident divides the community. Some parents are frightened, worried about the psychological impact on their children. Others are skeptical, suspecting a prank or mass hysteria. But experts find no evidence of deception, and the children themselves remain steadfast in their accounts. The Ariel School encounter becomes an international sensation, featured in newspapers, documentaries, and television specials. It is one of the most widely witnessed and thoroughly investigated UFO encounters in history. Years later, many of the children, now adults, continue to stand by their story. In interviews filmed decades after the event, they recall the encounter with clarity and conviction. Some say it changed their lives, shaping their beliefs about the universe and humanity's place in it. Today, the Ariel School remains much as it was in 1994, children play on the same fields, the bush still borders the playground, and the story of that September morning lingers in the air. A plaque commemorates the event, a reminder of the day when the extraordinary broke into the ordinary. The Ariel School encounter remains one of the most compelling cases in UFO lore, remarkable for the number of witnesses, the consistency of their accounts, and the profound effect it had on those who experienced it. As you reflect on the Ariel School encounter, ask yourself, what would you do if you saw something impossible? Would you trust your own eyes or doubt your memories? Would you speak out or stay silent? Thank you for joining us tonight on Vetted. If you found this story compelling, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe the Ariel School encounter? Was it a case of mass hysteria, a misunderstood event, or a genuine visitation from another world?